Hello, Trainer Trio listeners. This is Poké Trainer Chris coming at you again with another Elite Four battle video. If you have not seen or listened to the last episode of Johto with our Elite Four battles, go back and listen to it to hear our experiences all together. This is just an accompaniment piece. Let's not waste any other time and jump into it with my experience facing the Johto Elite Four. Here we are walking into the Elite Four, and the first thing I decided to do was go through my team so that you guys could have a good look at what I was going up against. First Pokemon is Maggie the Magmar, level 42, Flamethrower, Thunder Punch, Smokescreen. Next up, Aw Shucks the Shuckle, trying to be my MVP here, level 42 as well, trying to do that rollout strategy. I'm the normal trainer, so of course there's Teddy the Ursaring, level 42. Accidentally clicked Surf there. Next up, we have Wagyu the Politoed, level 42, the silent MVP of my team. My starter, Chica the Meganium, level 42 as well. Last but not least, ESPN the Espeon, level 42, always packing a punch. Alright, I'm thinking about my strategy right now, who to start with, and of course it's Shuckle. This is Shuckle's time to shine. We finally have the perfect moveset for it. So we're just going to save right before getting into it, showing that it's taken me 43 hours and 25 minutes just to get to this point. But we've enjoyed every second of it. The door is closed behind us. I'm trying to see if we can surf like we could in Gen 1, but doesn't look like it. Can't get through, so might as well start. Welcome to the Pokemon League, Chrissy. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Will. And I clicked through this way too quickly. He's going to introduce us to the Elite Four. And here we go. First of the Elite Four is Will. He will send out a Xatu. I have the advantage here as I send out Aw Shucks, my Rock-type Pokemon. Let's set up with a Defense Curl. However, Xatu's faster than me, of course. Gonna use Confuse Ray, which is gonna completely destroy my strategy of using Rollout. Of course, I hit myself in Confusion on the first turn. Xatu really packs a punch with its Psychic. Confused again. Able to use my Defense Curl, and the reason to do that is because Defense Curl doubles the power of Rollout. So my goal is to set up with that and then roll out through the battle. And as you can see, it's not going too well. Already down to yellow health. I get the first rollout off. It's super effective. And it still only does a quarter health. Another Psychic. Shuckle down to 18 health and confused for a fourth turn. I get the rollout off. If I could just survive one more turn. Xatu uses Psychic. Of course not. So, Shuckle did not prove to be helpful in this battle. Kinda was stuck here. I mean, it's a flying Psychic type. Who do I send out here? But I'm gonna send out ESPN, because ESPN has a Dark type move, which will easily get rid of Xatu. Super effective, and it goes down. Next Pokemon Will sends out is another Xatu. This time level 42, a little stronger, but really doesn't stand a chance against my Espeon. Setting up with the same strategy with Confuse Ray, I don't think it's going to be as effective as it was with Shuckle. Of course I hurt myself in Confusion. Psychic's not going to do as much damage this time around, resisting it. And my special defense fell. Hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt me. And with 2 bites, Xatu falls. Espeon is just always a strong Pokemon in the Gen 2 games. I would recommend everyone pick it up if they can. Will sends out Jinx level 41. This is a Psychic Ice-type Pokemon, very unique typing, and does not take advantage of that at all, and uses Double Slap. For reference, my Espeon's defense stat is extremely low, and that's all the damage I took because Double Slap is such a poor move. Already took it down again with 2 bites. Next, he's sending out Executor. I don't know if you guys remember this, but Greg the Executor was my keeper in Season 1 of the Trainer Trio, so I have a little bit of a soft spot for Executors. Unfortunately, 2 bites will take it down. ESPN grows to level 43. Will now has only 1 Pokemon remaining, his Slowbro. It is level 41. These are really weak Pokemon. Needs another bite. This is a very tanky Pokemon, but it's just not being able to hold up. Oh, and the luck there. I believe it's a 30% chance of flinching. So to get back-to-back flinches, that's a 9% chance, I believe. Crazy. Will is down, and it looks like ESPN the Espeon was my MVP of the first battle. Really disappointed there. I really wanted Shuckle to shine, but not yet. We're going to revive Shuckle because I am going to have it take down a Pokemon whether it kills me or not. Reviving it, going to get it back up to full health. Because that was our rule here with the Trainer Trios. You could not use items in battle. But we have no rules against reviving your Pokemon and using potions between battles. Who knows, maybe that'll be a rule that we implement in Hoenn. Next up, that guy looked familiar. It's Koga of the Elite Four. He was a gym leader back in Kanto and now has moved his way up to the Elite Four in Johto. Let's see if he's any stronger than he was in Kanto. Elite Four Koga wants to battle. Starts by sending out an Ariados. This is a bug poison type. Only level 40, quite weak here. I'm going to start with the same strategy, and oh no, it's going to use double team. It's like the Elite Four was built to withstand Shuckles. Ugh. This is going to be really rough, so I'm just going to keep spamming Defense Curl here, because hopefully Ariados only has physical attacks. And it doesn't. It has Giga Drain, which is super effective and uses special attack. It only does 7 HP. That is ridiculous just to show how much defense that it has. Oh, it uses Spider Web. That is a very rare move that not many people get to see because it's only on a few Pokemon, but it essentially acts as a mean look where I cannot escape anymore. So, Shuckle's in this battle whether he likes it or not. Of course my attack's gonna miss. This is gonna be... Oh no. Baton Pass. That means that this fortress now has evasion. This was not what I was looking for. And now it uses spikes. You can see here, I'm a little confused of what to do. Koga is a master of stall techniques. He has double team. He has spikes. He has spider web. He has protect. Well, I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is what this battle is going to be like here. Swift cannot miss, and I believe that was on purpose to give Fortress this move. But it really can't do much. It's only going to do 1 HP every time it hits Shuckle. Oh, I get another rollout off. One more rollout, and oh, of course it uses Protect. I was one rollout away from taking down Fortress, but luckily it's down to yellow health. The goal here now is just to chip away at it, try and find a way to lower its health, because this is going to be really painful. I'm going to use Wrap just for the chip damage at the end of every move. The goal now is going to be to set up a rollout and hopefully get 2 consecutive rollouts so the next Pokemon that comes out has to face a level 3 rollout. And it just uses Explosion. It looks like we finally was able to stall out Koga. And dang, look at that, taking the Explosion with ease. My goal in this Elite Four was to have Shuckle take down 1 Pokemon, and it looks like we succeeded. Acid Armor. Ooh. Sharply raises Muck's defense, which is not good for Shuckle. I believe this is the last generation where using Minimize turns the Pokemon into a tiny little speck. I loved that so much. That was such a great detail. Of course he uses Toxic. I have no idea if Shuckle is still trapped in battle or if he can leave. That might have just been a thing with Area Dose, but I'm not sure. With Shuckle being badly poisoned, I'm fully aware that he's not going to be able to last much longer. 32 down to 20. I'm trying my hardest to keep Shuckle alive here. So we're going to use Rest. Cure myself of being badly poisoned and restore my HP back up to full health. Uses Sludge Bomb, which is a physical move in Generation 2. It is not very effective, and only does 4 HP. It also does not have a chance to poison because I'm asleep right now. I'm sure Koga is just as frustrated with me right now as I am with him, because I am stalling him and beating him at his own strategy. And of course, Rollout doesn't hit. Tries to use Toxic, that misses. Uses Rollout, that misses. Uses Toxic, that misses. Good. I've told you, I just need a strategy where I can do some chip damage or something just to get rid of these Pokemon. Muck clearly doesn't have Explosion. 3rd time's a charm, Toxic hits. And finally, my Rollout hits. I'm going to need at least 3 in a row to take down Muck. So that's dangerous with the Toxic right now, because if I do hit 3 times in a row, I do not have a chance to heal. That's 2. I'm going to need 1 more, and I can take down Muck, and then the next Pokemon has to deal with a level 4 Rollout that's had its power doubled by Defense Curl. Let's cross our fingers and hope for the best. No, why would that hit? And of course it's released from the wrap. I'm finally over it at this point. I know I can defeat this guy, but Shuckle is just taking way too long. I hate to do this again, because ESPN was the MVP of the last battle, but man, he'll be able to take this down so easily. Wow, that did a lot more than 4 HP and I was poisoned. What's really frustrating about Johto is that the Pokemon levels are so low that a lot of Pokemon don't get to learn their best moves before the Elite Four. For example, ESPN there has to use Psybeam, just because the TM for Psychic is all the way in Kanto at the end of the game, and it does not learn Psychic by level up until much later. So Psybeam will have to do, which it's doing actually quite well. There was the Area Dose that we saw at the very beginning, so now Koga has 2 Pokemon left. Next up is Venomoth. Of course, it's super effective with Venomoth being a poison type, and almost leveled up again. As you guys can see in Generation 2 also, you do not take poison damage if you defeat another Pokemon. So I'm getting away with the fact that I'm defeating a lot of his Pokemon at once. Lastly, the ace of his team is Crobat, level 44, one of the fastest Pokemon in the game, but not faster than my ESPN. Gets confused. Hurts itself with confusion. Definitely had a lot of luck right there. ESPN will go to level 44 and was now the MVP of back-to-back matches. I've proven my worth. Look at that, 8,800 Poké Dollars. That's because Shuckle has an amulet coin, which is doubling the amount of Poké Dollars that we receive at the end of each battle. Let's fix this. I have 2 full restores for this purpose. We're going to heal up Shuckle. And we're going to heal up ESPN, getting rid of their status conditions and fully healing their HP. Let's move on to the 3rd member of the Elite Four. Is this a Fire-type trainer? This is really cool. Huh. Who should I start with here? Let's go with Teddy. Teddy's always the all-purpose player. I was obsessed with using the amulet coin wherever I could. So you know what? Let's get rid of the Quick Claw with Teddy and give it the amulet coin because I want that money. It is Bruno of the Elite Four. What a weird room they gave him. There's magma like a volcano room. But is it because he's a rock-type trainer and some rocks come from volcanoes? I don't know, but of all the trainers they could have brought back from Kanto, Bruno? Really? Oh well. Bruno starts with Hitmontop, which, for all of those who have been listening to the podcast would know, I got a Hitmontop for the very first time in my life. It is very hard to get a Hitmontop, raising a Tyrogue with the same attack and defense stats when it reaches level 20. Look at Teddy there, level 42, just using a normal return. And oh, this is such a good strategy here. For those who are unaware, Earthquake can hit Pokemon that have used Dig, and it does double the power it would normally do. So it literally fell into my trap right there. That was a lot of luck. I'm gonna go back to return. Oh no, it's high jump kick. That's super effective. Oh, luckily Teddy survives. Let's see if this return is enough to get rid of Hitmonlee. Ugh. Teddy coming in clutch like he always does. Definitely my strategy in this was to hope he was bringing out his Rock-type Pokemon first, but instead he brought out his Fighting-type Pokemon, and it looks like Mach Punch is enough to get rid of Teddy. But that was a valiant effort. Thank you, Teddy. I hate to do it again, but ESPN, let's go take down Hitmonchan. As many of you are aware, Psychic types being super effective against Fighting types, this is going to be a one-hit KO. So now all 3 of his Fighting types are down. I can deal with those pesky Rock types. Onix. What a horrible Pokemon. I mentioned this last season, but Onix is more of a Gym 1 boss when you don't have any special moves that can take it down. Because if you're just using physical moves, it's a tank. But look at that. That wasn't even super effective. Its special defense is so low that I took it down in one shot. Finally, it's his ace, Machamp, level 46, which is a very slow Pokemon, so naturally ESPN will go first. Let's see if this is enough to one-shot it. Oh, almost. And it's confused. Don't tell me, are we going to win 2 battles in a row in the same fashion? It hurt itself in confusion? No way. I am so happy. I'm going to have to tell the guys about that one. To beat 2 Elite Four members by confusion? What are the odds? I win 9,200 Poké Dollars. Thank you, Amulet Coin. We're going to use that revive to get Teddy back up and running. So not too bad that time. We've lost at least one Pokemon every battle. However, we lost Oshucks a couple times, and that was more planned because I really wanted Shuckle to get some health. Actually, now that I think about it, we didn't lose him. He just got damaged. Alright, this is it. The final member of the Elite Four. Last time it was Lance. This time it is Karen, the Dark-type trainer. Definitely thought that was Agatha walking in here, but no. Luckily, they only repeated Koga and Bruno from the Kanto trainers. We get a brand new trainer in this one with Karen, sending out Umbreon. The opposite of my Espeon. So I'm going to set out Teddy to start off again, because Teddy's my all-purpose player. Only level 42. I want to say that Lance in Generation 1 was throwing out Pokemon close to level 60 at this point. And here we're getting a level 42 Pokemon. Well, oh no. Karen is setting up exactly like Koga did. Sand Attack, Confuse Ray. I'm going to switch out here. If they're going to stall, I'm going to stall. Let's go, Shuckle. Yep, Feint Attack. That's just like Fortress. How Fortress has Swift that cannot move. Feint Attack is the same thing, but this is a little better in their case, because Feint Attack, you at least get same type attack bonus, meaning it becomes a 90 power move. However, Umbreon is not known for being a good attacker. Doing pretty good, though, against my Shuckle. Of course, now it throws out Confuse Ray, trying to stall out my Shuckle. Come on, let's get a couple rollouts here. That's one. Oh, I'm going to need at least 3. And that was the one thing I needed him not to do. Can I get past the confusion? I got past the confusion and the accuracy. I need one more hit, and then he'll go down. You would expect Dark-type to be not very effective against Rock. Oh, and of course I hurt myself. How many times has that happened now? Shuckle not doing too well. I get another rollout out, but he's going to need to hit the next one, otherwise he may faint here. Down to 20 HP, confused no more, and of course I miss. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm getting really frustrated at this point. We have yet to see Maggie in the Elite Four. Let's throw out Maggie. I'm trying to set up here with my Sunny Day. And I should have just went for the kill, because this Confuse Ray is being the death of me right now. Sunlight is strong. Do I go with Thunder Punch, Flamethrower? I'm going to go with Flamethrower and get that attack bonus. So now, there's a 50% bump because of same type attack bonus, and then another 50% bump for the weather. So Maggie with its first feint of the Elite Four. Good job, Maggie. Of course, Karen has a Gengar. Gengar is definitely one of the hardest Pokemon to defeat in the game. And it uses... Really? I feel like every time that the trainer uses Lick against me, that happens. Oh, wow. Got past the Parafusion. 50% chance of confusion and 25% chance of paralysis. That's not easy to get past. Hey, I am actually getting a little luck right here. That burn is going to help me. Oh, and it goes down. What is that now? The third Pokemon that have been brought down due to external statuses? Murkrow? Okay. That's a Gen 2 exclusive Dark-type, but not necessarily the best Pokemon. And the Parafusion gets me that time. At this point, I'm just getting frustrated. I'm better than all these trainers, but they keep using little strategies like confusion and paralysis against me. In my opinion, if you have to rely on those strategies just to have any fighting chance, you're probably not that good of a trainer. Going back and forth, but I'm just going to send out Teddy and hope to beat the living daylights out of Murkrow here. He's going to use Feint Attack again. I'm just going to use Return because at this stage of the game, remember the first Pokemon we saw in the Elite Four was level 40? We've only gone up 4 levels. That's a level 44 Murkrow. Almost level 43 here. Vileplume. I don't understand why Karen would have a Vileplume. It looks dark. That's kind of a darker color, but it's not a dark type Pokemon in any respect. Strategy there completely failed. Only had a 25% chance of missing, but didn't work out. Vileplume goes down. Teddy grows level 43. That means Karen has 1 Pokemon left. It's going to send out Houndoom. Houndoom is definitely one of my favorite Gen 2 Pokemon. I mean, look how cool it looks. It's a devil dog that breathes fire. And it's really unfortunate that you cannot get Houndour until Kanto, because I'm sure many people would have liked to have had a Houndoom on their team at this point. Fortunately, Houndoom is mostly offense, not much defense, and will fall to 1 Earthquake. Super effective. Alright, I would say Teddy is the MVP of that battle. Good job, Teddy. 9,400 Pokédollars. That is only the selfish perception of people. I like your style. Go on, the champion is waiting. So that was the Elite Four. Now we just have the champion remaining, which, if you guys watched last season, I had a lot of fun with that and almost pretending that I didn't know what was ahead, and I like to imagine that was such a happy surprise for those who had never played any Pokemon game before. That they would defeat this thing called the Elite Four that they kept hearing about. So they faced 4 trainers in a row, and I'm sure that everyone assumed they were done. Who would have expected 1 more trainer? But then you learn about a champion, which was not something that was even hinted. And that champion happens to be your rival? So I imagine here that a lot of people were getting ready to see their rival here. In this case, my rival was named Gruden. So I imagine people were getting ready to see Gruden or Silver to be the champion, but unfortunately, probably as many of you are aware, that is not the champion in this game. And I think they picked the second best person that could have been the champion, but I still can't help to find it just a little underwhelming. And if you couldn't tell by all the Dratini statues, this is Lance. He was Elite Four member last time we saw him in Kanto, and this time he has been promoted to the champion. He will accept our challenge and start the very epic music. Look at Lance. He looks like a vampire, like a Bela Lugosi in Dracula. Starts with Gyarados, which, as most of you know, is not a dragon-type Pokemon, but looks like a dragon. And this is going to be really bad for my Shuckle, because it is weak to water moves. I was really hoping that he would not start with Gyarados. Let's see if I can take it down. Oh, that's bad. Please survive? I did. How much HP does that do? Not nearly enough. And valiant effort, Shuckle. Valiant effort during the entire Johto journeys, but there weren't enough uses for you. I'm sorry, buddy. Now I'm going to throw out Maggie here, which many of you guys may be confused with that, but if you've been paying attention, you know it has Thunder Punch, which is a quad weakness for Gyarados, and will take it down. What? Dang. Uh-oh. This is not good. With the Rain active and a super effective Stab Surf, I'm pretty sure Maggie's down, which is the case. I'm gonna go for Wagyu here just because it knows Ice Punch. Let's hope I go first. Oh, good. Alright. He's now taken down 2 of my Pokemon to only 1 of mine, so I'm at a disadvantage right now. Sends out Dragonite. As most people are aware, dragon types only have 2 weaknesses, which are other dragons and ice moves. And Dragonite has it double bad. Oh my gosh, the Thunder missed. What a clutch moment. Dragonite has it double bad because it's also a flying type, meaning it has a quad weakness to ice moves. And so that's why I feel like most people in Generation 1 and 2 to get ready for Lance get an ice type move just so they can sweep through his Dragonites. He brings out a second one. And are we going to talk about the fact that Dragonite evolves at level 55? How did Lance get all of these? Oh my gosh. For all the unluckiness I got in this run through, I have to admit, I think I got really lucky. Now I had to deal with the Frozen. I don't even know what the percentage is there, but that was pure luck. Alright, brings out his third and final Dragonite, and Wagyu has not even taken any damage. Goes first and uses Safeguard. I can't imagine why he would do that, considering I've not gone for any status moves, but okay. He uses a full restore. That's the first item that I think any trainer has used on me in the Elite Four. Unfortunately, I don't think he'll be able to take this. He might get one attack at... No way. A critical hit! Wagyu has now taken down 4 of his Pokemon without taking any damage. Oh no. It's almost like Wagyu was built to take down his team. Finally takes damage just because Charizard is faster, but good luck, Charizard. Charizard, another Pokemon that is not a dragon type, but you can't deny that it's definitely inspired by dragons. Whoa, Hyper Beam. That was much weaker than I expected. Oh, great. Thanks for the critical hit. Wagyu's now level 44. Alright. That brings him down to his last Pokemon, Aerodactyl. Level 46. And the Hyper Beam misses too. What luck. We use Ice Punch here because I believe it's quad weak because it's a flying rock type, but I may be completely wrong with that. But now I know for a fact that I can take it down with another Hyper Beam. Hyper Beam. Take it down with another Ice Punch. There we go. I think Wagyu just took down his entire team of 6. Champion Lance was defeated. It's over, but it's an odd feeling. I'm not angry that I lost. In fact, I feel happy. Happy of the great new champion as I get 10,000 Pokédollars from him. I've become really powerful, Chrissy. What? Okay, the reporter that's been following us around shows up. Don't know how she got in here and got past all 4 trainers. But a throwback to the first generation, we have Professor Oak thanking us and congratulating us on our accomplishments here at the Elite Four. This is being too noisy. Could you come with me? Obviously, Mary cannot go in there because only champions are allowed in the Hall of Fame room. Aww. And they play the New Barktown theme right before you start to induct your Hall of Fame Pokemon. Really brings you full circle and makes you appreciate the journey you just went through. That was 43 hours and about a year's worth of my time documenting my journey here in Johto. Let's go ahead and enter my final team into the Hall of Fame. My favorite, Aw Shucks the Shuckle, level 42, is a Hall of Famer. Maggie the Magmar, level 42. I believe they both took down at least one Pokemon each. Oh, Teddy. Just a beast of a Pokemon. I don't know why anyone wouldn't use an Ursaring on their team. Politoed, the first Pokemon I ever used that needed a King's Rock. Defeated all of Lance's Pokemon. All 6. Meganium, I don't think I used her once. I feel so bad. The only Pokemon that didn't get any use. And lastly, Espeon, which, let's be honest, could have swept that entire Elite Four. And that's me. Chrissy, 207 Pokemon seen. 43 hours and 58 minutes it took me to defeat Johto. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much if you've been listening to our podcast as well. Of course, it means a lot to both me, Poke Trainer Sean, Poke Trainer Dustin, that we get to be able to do this for fun. So please follow us on X at The Trainer Trio, and I will see you next time.